This is actually better quality than what I thought it would be. Good morning. It is indeed a good morning. We are blessed to be woke. We are blessed to be breathing. We are blessed to be present. So I decided to start recording on my phone, my cell phone, because my son broke my my storage disk for my computer. So instead of just waiting to buy a new one or wait for the new one to come in the mail, I have a perfectly good phone. So I decided that why not start here? So the reason why I'm even recording myself is I'm just ready to kind of get back to things that I like to do. So that means making my videos again and just kind of getting in the swing of things. It has been a very long time since I've come and talked to you guys, and a lot has changed. So this will technically be a life update. We are approaching 2021, and there's about to be a lot of changes. A lot of changes. So why not fill you guys in, and then come 2021, you guys will just start to see everything unfold, right? But let's just have a conversation now. So let's rewind all the way back to June of 2020. Mind you, we're in December. So June of 2020, I think the last YouTube video I posted was it April? It was, the last video was my, I was thinking about starting this new Thankful Thursdays, just kind of bring you along on my spiritual journey. And I have recorded a Thankful Thursday video. So then that was the last, that was the last thing that I recorded, right? And then life started to hit some more. I hope that wasn't in 2019, because I could very well be that far back. But okay, let's just go back to June 2020. So June 2020 was, okay, let's go all the way back. Let's go back to January 2020. January 1st, 2020 is the day we lost my grandmother. That should have been the telltale that this year was going to be shit, because it was still unexpected. Like, yes, she was sick, but she was so strong. Like, she was a fighter. Like, we lost her January 1st, 2020, and that was a hard loss. That was like, I've had family members, pass away. She would have been 73, if I'm not mistaken. And it was just hard. It was hard that she was gone. It was hard to see my dad lose his mother. It was hard to see everybody lose her, And the crazy thing about it is we weren't even, like, I loved my grandmother. I would go to her house. We would, go to events, but I feel like we weren't extremely, extremely close. Like some grandparents and grandchildren are. But the impact, nonetheless, it hit me. Like, and it just made me want everything that we didn't have. I wanted it. And it was too late. So that's just to go to say, like, don't wait to build a relationship with somebody that you want more from. If you do it, because you never know. I thought she had more time. I thought we had more time, and we didn't. And it did affect me. It still affects me, crazy enough. It really does. So we do miss you, Steph. We love you. You know, there's songs that come on that just, you pop right up, and we turn it up because we know that that's your jam. Um, and my lips are like peeling, guys. Sorry. They really are. Um, I don't know what's going on. It's this weather. I can use my little rag I got here. Here we go. It's better. But yeah, don't wait. Especially don't wait till they're sick. Just don't wait. Build those relationships and cherish them and make memories that last forever. Is he snoring like that? First of all, my nephew is on the floor. I'm in my living room and he's on the floor wailing. Am I able to turn this thing around? I'm not. We'll just see him legit wailing. Alright, so that's January, right? So that's the first tragic. Literally started the year off horrible. We got the call. We were at my cousin's house for New Year's, to bring in the New Year's, about 30 minutes away from where we normally live. And my dad called around 2 just to let us know that she didn't make it. She made it through the New Year's because that's her favorite time. She went through the ball dropping and she made it into 2020. But she left around 2 p.m. that day. So that was the first update, right? We lost grandma. Then I decided that I would no longer rent a home. I've always grew up in my parents owning our home, so I always grew up in a home owned, property. But then when I got a little older, my childhood home neighborhood went to the gutter. It's just horrible out there, right? And I have 2 boys who are currently 11 and 7. And it was no place to raise them. Absolutely not. So I ended up deciding to move. We moved a while ago. You guys seen my house plenty of times in other videos, right? But that's a house that I rent. And the landlord did some really like disturbing things, as far as like I woke up to a text saying that they wanted me to leave because they were having personal issues. They didn't have any regards to the fact that I have children. My mom is actually staying with me and my niece and nephew. None of that. They didn't have any regards to anything. They just like, oh, we're having a personal problem. You need to leave in like 2 months. And it was like, whoa. That's one. I just literally just renewed my lease, and my niece renews for a year. So totally unexpected, totally uncalled for, totally disrespected. Like you've even wrote me letters about how great of a tenant that I am, blah, 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 blah. So you don't do that to people. So after going through this process of tenants' rights and all this, and I found out so much stuff that actually put me in a better position as far as if I needed to fight them. To say it wasn't so much as to fight them to gain money or anything like that. I just wanted a little bit more time to look for a space, a proper space, a proper home, a proper neighborhood to move my children to, that we had no intention on moving that year. That was really all it was about. And even when I asked them, like, okay, that's not enough time, I need a little bit more time, they didn't not want to make any accommodations. So I went went to our local downtown and went to tenant rights and found out so much information about the landlords and how their license wasn't renewed and it was expired for a couple years, and they would have owed me so much back rent because I was there for going on 4 years. And it was a whole, like, it would have been a mess. But God is wonderful. And the day that I was about to serve them my papers saying that I was not leaving, um, because I didn't have to, and they were breaching our contract of a lease, literally, I was about to send that letter. Like, it's so crazy. I had sent a proof to a friend of mine's for them to read over. They read over it and they wanted me to make one change. So I said, okay, when I get to my home, I'll make that change and then I'll send them the letter. Hung up with them. Maybe 5 to 10 minutes later, the landlord's wife called me and told me, oh, we apologize. You don't have to go anywhere. We've made arrangements and all this other stuff. Like, I don't know if they just had time to think that if I decided that I wanted to fight them, that it wouldn't be in their best interest. So that ended up working out. And I want to say that didn't I feel like that all happened in 2019, but the feeling of what they did never left, right? So I was determined that I would be buying a home as soon as I possibly could, because I would never ever want anyone to feel the way that I felt, or would I ever allow anyone to allow me, excuse me, I would never let anyone, I would never want anyone to be able to do that to me ever again. You don't just have any disregard for people like that, especially people that you consider a good person. It really doesn't matter if I was a bad person. You just don't do people like that when it comes to their stability and their livelihood. I was there. I paid my bills on time. Should have never been treated that way. And I never wanted to give anyone that upper hand to do that to me or put me and my children in that kind of position ever again. So I did everything that I needed to do to start the process of trying to become a homeowner. So now, let's fast forward to what happened in March, where that's when everything started to get shut down for COVID. And that's literally when I was in the process of looking for a house. So that held the process up for a little while. And it started to feel like it wasn't going to happen this year. It started to feel like, with everything going on, you couldn't go out and see houses. But you weren't able to take tours and stuff like that. Like, they wanted you to virtually look at houses, and it's like, you can miss so much. People can literally not put the camera certain places just to get a sale. So that wasn't comfortable for me. So it ended up delaying my whole process of trying to buy a house up until May. May came around. I had went through 2 real estate agents, 2 banks, and like, I literally was just like, you have to fire people. And it's not so much as like being mean, it's about them not having your best interest. And being a first time homeowner is a lot. Like, it's a lot of information. It's a lot of stuff that you don't know. And it's a lot of stuff that you can be taken advantage of if you're not aware of the process. So there was things that was going on with the banks that I didn't like. There was things that was going on with the real estate agents that I didn't like. So I had to no longer work with them, and until I found a comfortable fit. The one real estate agent, wasn't so much as she was thorough, very thorough, loved her, and I actually wanted to continue to work with her. But the issue was COVID-19 was really our issue. And there was still people buying houses. They were flying off the market. I mean, I would see a house like, oh, I think I want to, go go investigate on it and see if it's something that place that I would want to live or move my children to. And she'd be like, it's a stay-at-home order. We're not going anywhere. And I'm like, but they're like, their houses are moving. People are buying. This isn't really the time to sit around because these houses are flying off the market. So some way, somehow, people are going in and seeing them. And I was determined after a while to get in to the house. My lender that I ended up sticking with, the third lender, reached out to me, and I was coming up upon my deadline for my pre-approval. And had I not found a home within about 2.5 weeks, that they would have to rerun everything. So rerun my credit. I would have to give all new paperwork, like all new bank statements and all of the whole process I would have had to redo. And it's a lot. So she was like, I understand that the real estate agent that you want to work with is going off of the stay-at-home order. However, I'm getting deals on my desk every day. People are seeing houses and people are putting in offers. And I don't want you to have to go through the pre-approval process all over again and something knocks you out because the requirements were changing. So she ended up giving me some contacts of people who she knew was, still showing houses. And I reached out to the one gentleman literally, that same day I reached out to him. I told him I wanted to see 3 houses. I was booked to see those 3 houses within an hour. That's just how like certain people are put in your life for a reason, right? So if it wasn't for my lender, who I ended up choosing over 2 other lenders, not connecting me to this person, I would still be in the position that I was in, which was basically a feeling of uneasiness, like being in a position of they can try to do that again, and I would have to go through all of that unnecessary instability, and that's not what I wanted. So we went to see the houses, and 2 of them, one was already taken. The other one, I did not like it. I walked in and literally was ready to walk right back out, but I was trying to be nice because the people that owned the homes was there, and I don't know, but my mom knew too. My mom was with me, and she's like, she's not gonna like this house, and I didn't. So I didn't even like look at the upstairs or anything like that. I just was like, it's okay, thanks, and we walked out. But what ended up happening is I found a house, and I really, really liked it. And he was like, well, you want to put an offer on it? And I was like, yes. And put the offer on the house, and your girl became a homeowner January 4th of 2020. Yay! Yes. So 2020 wasn't all that bad, right? Like, it started off horrible, and it seemed to get worse with COVID, but there was some lights in the tunnel. So I ended up becoming a homeowner June 4th, 2020. So I will let you guys in to see our home and kind of see how far we've come. I'm so very blessed and appreciative of everything that I have and everything that God has allowed to be placed in my life, right? And that is what happened, right? Then let's fast forward a little bit. We had our housewarming. It was, very COVID friendly. And 2020 was a hard time. So you kind of wanted to escape sometimes. And we are now 4 months pregnant. Oh no. We are 4 months pregnant with another baby boy. Mind you, I told you I have an 11-year-old and an 8-year-old. What was mama thinking, right? It's going to be, 7. He'll be 8 January 5th. So it's coming up. But 8 years since I've had a child. and I am pregnant with baby number 3, and he's a boy as well. So, surprise! New homeowner, new baby, but blessed overall. And I just wanted to start now with my videos because 2021, I'm coming, belly and all. I'm gonna be on my ish, or at least as much as I possibly can be. And I'm not gonna say it's a New Year's resolution or anything like that. That's why I wanted to start now, because I want to be already in the process of doing this. So this isn't a New Year's resolutions. I don't think I'm going to set any New Year's resolutions. I think I'm going to allow the year to flow, right? And in the process of flowing, I will be making goals for myself, but nothing to the point of it's a has to be done. It's a if it will be done, then it's going to get done. Like, if God's will it to be done, it'll be done. So, am I going to push myself? Yes. Am I going to be true to what it is that I want to do? Yes. Am I going to take risks? Yes. Am I going to stress? No. And I think that's the difference. There will be as minimum stress as possible. So I'm glad you guys, if you're still around listening, that was my little mini life update. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the comments. And I look forward to seeing you guys throughout this journey with me. I haven't given up on this because I do like it. So, and I kind of feel called to keep doing it. Kind of sounds like that. Like, I get these random emails and things like that of people wanting me to like review products and stuff like that. And I just like, I'm small on all my platforms, and for people to still reach out to me even when I'm not even posting constantly, I feel like it's just a little bit of a sign. So let's stick to it and see where it goes. Well, it was wonderful to speak to you guys. You know, I love to say positivity in motion, so keep everything positive, especially coming into this new year. We need all of the positivity to drown out all that negativity in 2020, but it wasn't all bad. I'm pretty sure there is one thing that you can think of that was good that happened in 2020. So we have to take the good with the bad. So it is what it is. It's almost over. I will see you in the next video. I love you guys, and stay tuned.